Hello everybody, good morning. Today we're doing an early live. I happen to be doing some work in a cemetery this morning, so I figured I'd take you along with for at least a little bit. This is Silvin Abbey Cemetery in Clearwater, Florida. Right now we're just driving around a little bit. I was working on a story here, and there's a couple of funerals going on here, so I'm kind of driving around the opposite side of the cemetery while I wait for that to be over, because I don't want to get in anybody's way or anything like that. So we are just taking a quick drive around a cemetery here. And I'm not advertising this, but they are also preparing for something here. And I'm not going to do a video on this for probably quite some time, but they're having Hulk Hogan's memorial service on Tuesday of this week. And they're actually having his memorial service at this cemetery in this white building that's just over here. There's a lot of people over there. They're preparing for it. But Hulk Hogan's memorial service is going to be right over there. In terms of where he is going to be buried, he's actually being cremated. I'm not sure if he has been already yet, or if he is going to be. And I'm not sure where his remains are going to go. If they're going to end up here, probably not. The sources that I've talked to said that he is not going to be here. He could very well go and, his remains could go with his family, and that would make sense. But this is a really incredible cemetery, and I didn't even know this one existed until recently when I was doing some research on another story. But there's several lagoons here. And some of the memorials alongside the lagoon are pretty incredible. You see this one in front of us? It's a Thomas family plot. Well, I'll tell you, putting this thing in a holder on the windshield is really a lot easier than just huffing and puffing around. But if you notice some of these big memorials here on the side, this place is pretty neat. And the interesting thing is that with all the lagoons and everything, there's signs everywhere that says beware of alligators, beware of snakes, because you really just don't know what's going to happen, or what kind of wildlife might come out. There's a few notable names buried here. One of them is, if you remember Terry Schiavo, she is here. Her life was prolonged like 15 years after she had a heart attack. That brought a lot of things kind of to the forefront in the media. Hello, everybody. But if you notice how the trees look in here, this is kind of a staple at southern cemeteries. Just an incredible place. But for anybody that just signed on, we are in Clearwater, Florida. It looks like they're beefing up security across the street right now. If you just signed on, this is actually where they're going to have Hulk Hogan's service, or his memorial service, on Tuesday. I'm not sure if that'll be open to the public or not. I would assume probably not. But this is an incredible place. That's actually not why I'm here. I'm shooting a video on something completely unrelated, but there's a lot of commotion across the street. I did a little bit of research, and it basically pops up everywhere that this is where it's going to be. Where he will actually be laid to rest, I have no idea. But we're just taking a little drive through here. It's a beautiful day. You just have to love these trees. I apologize if I miss any messages on here. Just making sure that I don't run anything over or hit an alligator in the road or anything like that. Got a couple services going on in here, so I'm trying to avoid those a little bit. Don't want to get in anybody's way. But I just wanted to pop on and do a quick live, see how everybody's doing. I'm trying to do these a little more often. I know I had one scheduled for 3 o'clock today, and I apologize to anybody that was planning on being on at 3, but I'm going to be on the road at that time. It's kind of unexpected. Today's taken a little bit of a turn, but I wanted to make sure that I still did a live so I could say hello to everybody. There's something about the trees in these southern cemeteries that's just really interesting. It's peaceful, it's beautiful. And sometimes cameras really just don't do it justice. But instead of doing a live stream where you just have to stare at my face, I thought this would be a little bit different. You can see some of the beautiful sights and of a very pretty cemetery without having to make the drive. Because driving down here really is not that fun. If any of you are from Florida or have done much travel down here, driving down here is not fun. But I just wanted to sign on, do a quick live, let you see a little bit about what this place is, and you know, just kind of take in some of the sights as we drove around. But I'm going to find a couple more of these plot locations and finish a video. So keep an eye out for that. There's going to be some cool stuff coming up. But I hope everyone has a really good Sunday. And take care.